turn these off quickly, actually. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It's me, Alan Paterson. Wednesday night, here we are, and we're live at Brands Hatch for Division 2 of the first round of our new touring car series. And joining me here in the booth, it's my good friend Nicholas. Nick, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, thanks, Alan. It's fantastic to be here tonight, and very much looking forward to what the Division 2 guys have for us in store. These touring cars have been an absolute hoot to drive. Currently just having a look at what Cornet Breed's doing, But yeah, we're really looking forward to what's going to unfold tonight. Remember, for anyone new to the series, and I don't blame you if you are new to the series, because it is in fact the first round of our first ever touring car series. And while we had Division 1 on Monday, Division 2 is going to bring us some thick and fast action. 2 races, 20 laps each, and a reverse top 10 for the second race.
Yes, this is, as you say, it's a whole new series that we picked up on. We've tried a few new tricks here with, instead of one long race, we're trying to do these two quick sprints. So there's going to be a heap to discuss this evening. Lots of action we're expecting. At the moment we currently have, what is your count there, 19 or 20 cars on the grid? 19.
Yeah, around that. 17 have actually done have actually put in a lap time. And just for those of you who are unfamiliar, we are at Brands Hatch Indy, which is of course the short version of the iconic Brands Hatch circuit, one of my personal favorites. The Indy track, of course, very, very short. Even these touring cars are getting around in well under a minute. And in fact, look for mid 47s to be a pole lap time here tonight. But the field is going to be incredibly close. If practice is anything to go by, we had a second separating from first to last in practice. So expect these guys to be really bringing their A game tonight.
Definitely. Yeah, this class is an extremely close class. The performance of all 6-7 manufacturers are tight. We saw a whole mix of cars in Div 1 on Monday, and they're all here again tonight. Should be some exciting racing. Welcome to everyone who's joined us on the YouTube channel. Zondorf, Bartman, Leslie De Bruin, Dirkie Swanepoel's there, Jurgens is there, and Matthew Boy is there. Nick?
Oh, fantastic to see Matthew Boy in the chat just as Sas van der Westhuizen goes over the line to take provisional pole at the moment by a few hundredths of a second. I mean, I said it was going to be close, but you know, that's really showing you.
Yeah, just on board at the moment with Sas as he does a lap around this pretty small track. I mean, you consider the Indy circuit is just a much smaller version of the big track, but you know, they've raced all kinds of cars and all kinds of series around on this track. It's still a fully fledged quality track to race on, and it provides some ample points of maneuvering and overtaking and some close racing all around the little track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jacques, hi on YouTube. This is Assetto Corsa. We do run Assetto Corsa Competizione, but this is our kind of step up into the ACC version of GT3. We race touring cars as well as
F3 cars.
F3 single seaters, and then there's also a rally series that we run on Assetto Corsa.
No, actually, the rally series is run in Dirt 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry.
But we also do some sort of virtual track days, which I think take place in sort of the LA canyons and somewhere in Japan and all sorts of stuff. So
yes.
Many people, of course, are very in tune with Assetto Corsa Competizione at the moment. But remember, for Kunos, it all started with Assetto Corsa, and the sim is definitely by no means dead. At this stage. Corne Breed now currently holding pole position and improving, in fact. Looking fantastic in the Flying Gypsies livery. I quite like that yellow with the matte grey. I'm sure Matthew Boy in the chat will be loving the matte grey. As a man who's a particular fan of the matte colours.
Oh, look at that sideways movement by Mr. Leach Senior just in front of him. It's kind of a slam back to old World War II kind of fighter planes. It's got that kind of look to it.
Absolutely. As we see these drivers really starting to get some improvements, both Brent Alexander and Chevesh improving, going up into 7th and 8th respectively, with sort of 48 deads. I mean, if you look 5th to 9th is half a tenth, and you know, that's covering 5 positions there. It's quite close here tonight, and that's fantastic. We should be in for a treat when it comes to the race. And in fact, it's about 8/10 of a second, if my maths is correct. Yeah, it is. About 8/10 of a second separating the entire field.
Just catching a quick glimpse of Jason Holden-Jones, our fearless leader here, who's come to join us with touring cars. He's come to an abrupt halt around turn 2, and he's sitting fiddling with his stereo cassette deck, I think. He's adjusting the equalizer possibly. Peter Keldenace, hello sir, and Sean Weber and Ultimesh Mohammed, how's it guys?
Yeah, welcome everybody. I hope you guys are looking forward to this as much as we are. The action will be coming thick and fast tonight, without a doubt. And yeah, we'll also be on the hunt for some fantastic liveries. A lot of these guys have put in a huge amount of effort. Certainly, Ryan Hill at the moment is one of my personal favorites for the I think it's the Odin Icor team.
That's it. We're currently watching him on stream. This awesome purple and pink, and with it looks like a Viking god kind of something on the side of it.
I think that might be Odin.
Okay.
I think that's Odin on the side.
Okay,
I'm guessing that's what it meant to be, but very, very Tron themed to my eyes.
Yeah. James Leach just joined us. Hello, James. Just watched your old man throw it around the corner. He's somewhere.
He's sitting in 17th at the moment, just coming around the last turn, and looking to improve. Unfortunately, locked up into the last corner and really lost an absolute bundle of time.
Yep.
So everybody's seen in the chat, from what I've been seeing, discussing this track, is typically talking about turn 1 and turn 5, which is the last turn around Indy. So there's only 5 corners around this whole track as being make or break corners, but I have to say every single corner around this track has a very unique way in which you take it.
Yes.
Maybe the most conventional is turn 2, but even that has a couple of different lines that you can possibly take. So
yes. Yeah, that little hairpin. It's you can break. You got to break early with these things, and you got to tiptoe them into the corners. But you can either turn in late, or you can throw it at the apex and then hug the apex. As you say, there's a number of lines around the sharp hairpin up at the top of the hill. But going to be some interesting racing. And with the 20 laps, as you saw on Monday, Nick, it actually went past quite quickly. Although we were kind of huffing and puffing, the action was full tilt all the way.
Watch now for who's Stefan Herbst coming across the line and takes pole position by an absolute squeaker. That must be sort of 3/1000ths of a second or something. That is ridiculously close, but a great lap, a really great lap there from Stefan.
That's 0.868 to 0.871. So yeah, that's like 3/1000ths of a second.
Yeah, incredible. These guys are really trying their absolute hardest.
Corne Breed.
Oh, Corne Breed then raising the bar, getting into the 7s, a 47.7. That's a fantastic time. And as we also see Daryl Mulder come across the line in 9th, improving in fact up to 9th, closing in, knocking on the door of that 46.0. Exactly. I mean 48.0, and which of course is inhabited by a lot of people right now.
Nick, you'll see Jason Holden-Jones kind of popping in and out. He's got pedal issues apparently. He's just popped onto the YouTube channel and says he'll be right back. So it wasn't the equalizer, it was the subwoofer.
But Jason running quite an interesting livery, very floral it looks like to me, and very intricate in fact. So
yes.
That's I'm not sure that's going to wear the dirt very well.
No. Tula. It's obviously something related to his wife, or I don't know.
Looks like handmade jewelry, that.
Yeah. He's now testing the 4x4 capabilities. Okay, now he's on the straight. There we go. Okay.
back on the straight. I'm going to just do a quick. Oh, as we see Leon Leroux jumping right up into 5th place. That's a great improvement from
good.
Leon, breaking into the 47s. Fantastic with a 47.954. Just 1/100th of a second would have put him up into 4th place. Yet again, just how close is this? This is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and just under 2 minutes left of this qualifying for Heat 1.
And in fact, can we just take a moment to look at 19th and 20th? So this is for the last position on the grid, yet they have done identical lap times. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That is incredibly. Leslie De Bruin and Mark Hansen, what a fantastic battle they've got going.
48.526. So our timing system is timing to within 3,000ths, and they did identical lap times.
It's unbelievable. With I mean, James Leach Senior, in fact, on a 5.23, so he's only 3,000ths of a second. It's unbelievable. That's wow. You just gotta love these. You gotta love these touring cars.
Jacques Victor, where can we see the rules, etc.? Jacques, so the best option is to get onto www.simracesa.co.za. That's the holding website. There will be a link for you to join the actual Discord channel, and we run pretty much everything from within the Discord channel. All the subsectors are here. You can see most of the information on the website, and you'll be able to there's the website on the screen. You'll be able to get all the details you want there, and then submit a joining form, and just, you know, Jason will get back to you on email, and you'll get all the details from there.
Let's have a look at Brent Alexander. He's currently a 10th up on his best. And yeah, just a quick rundown of the general format this evening is going to take. So we're just about to finish our 15-minute qualifying. Yeah. We'll then go into our first 20-lap race, which we expect to take around 16-17 minutes. And then we will go straight into race 2 for the evening, which has a reverse top 10 from where they finish in race 1.
Exactly.
So expect the guys in the mid-pack desperately trying to get that 10th place. That's really gonna help them, as we see Peter Greiling jump up right at the death. Fantastic there for BWR, jumping right up into 6th.
And Chavesh just jumped into 9th position from, I think, 13th or 14th, so he also got one right at the end there. That's it, we're into overtime, so end of qualifying. We're just going to let these guys finish their laps, and we'll go for a quick new video advertising break, and then we'll be back for the start of the first heat. So let's see how these guys finish off. Leon Leroux, he's in the sand, he's had it. Chavesh over the line.
Jason Holden Jones got a great start to his lap. Let's see if he can...
Oh, he's out of time.
He's out of time.
Okay, we'll be back shortly.
Not sure if the tower, not the tower, what's that other app called?
Okay, we're yeah, this is that auto reset, so we're gonna just wait for the no, that's a good thing, Nick, actually. Sorry, gents, we're just debating this new tech where it moves our cars off the grid, so we are looking at first position corner on the starting grid, and we're gonna wait. It's within a minute, and we'll be ready to go. Nick, don't worry about that view until they start.
Fantastic. That's awesome news.
Change your views with your remote, Nick.
Wonderful. We'll do that. And we have about 40 seconds till lights out.
Exactly. Cat Brett on YouTube. There we go. James Leach is there, and Rainier. Nice one, Rainier, 12th. That must be in the other race. Yeah, Div 3 is running at the same time as Div 2, for those of you wondering. So there's another race going on right now, but it's not being streamed. So we'll have the results on the Discord channel probably tomorrow, not tonight.
Yeah, and as we've got 15 seconds, we see the lights come up. Expect those lights to be shining brightly very soon. Remember, 6 lights, and as they go out, these guys are going to be off and racing. Here we go.
5 lights, 6 lights. We're off. Corne Brett nails the pull-off. He holds the wheel spin and he's holding position into the first corner.
So critical to get a good start here and get that inside line if you can. As we see Peter Grayling making a move. And Sas van der Vestays, and unfortunately getting punted all the way down to the bottom of the back of the grid along with Peter Grayling.
They're coming together up at the hairpin. Everyone getting through kind of more or less. I'm going to jump back a little bit. Midfield is just going berserk. Oh, everyone's just been hit. Everyone needs to just get going again. I'm counting 6, 7, 8 cars here that are off.
Oh, goodness, that was a big. That really was a big.
That was a
big pile up. But we have Corne Brett and who's that? Stefan Habst. Really starting to break away from the pack immediately, putting a second between Dirk Brand and third.
So yes, Corne Brett first over the line into the apex first corner. All good. Drew Hellwood coming up to the hairpin. What's it?
Druids Bend.
Druids, that's it.
Druids Bend, yep, as we come through Druids and then down, looking to go through Graham Hill Bend. Very tricky through Graham Hill. Very tricky corner to get right. Remember, these cars do not have traction control, nor do they have ABS. Critically, they do not have ABS. So you will see lots of puffs of smoke, particularly actually from the rear. And in fact, I found when I was racing these that over the course of a race distance, my back right tire was really locking up a lot.
Yes.
And flat spotting over the course of the race. Not so critical because remember, these cars are front wheel drive. As we see, Corne Brett's now got an 0.8 of a second lead from Stefan.
Currently riding on board with Rob Walker. I think he's the only man on the track in the Peugeot, and this Peugeot, if I'm not mistaken, runs this little 6-cylinder engine by the sounds of things. It's got, or it's a 3-cylinder with a turbo on it or something. It's got a stunning sound.
Yeah, it does have a fantastic sound, and also critically, this as we see, it looks like Ryan Hill trying to make a move on ahead of that. The Peugeot does have, or Peugeot, however you want to say that, does have a very different torque curve to the rest of these cars. In fact, all of the cars being turbocharged, you change gear a lot earlier than you think you would have to. So you're not revving, you're not revving these to hell and gone, but. The Peugeot is even more distinctive.
Just watching Ryan Hill, right on the back of Leon.
Yeah, he's really looking. He's really looking for a move now.
If Leon puts one wheel out of alignment or on the grass or whatever, Ryan's going to pounce. Oh, as I say that, Ryan almost puts himself onto the. He does go on the grass.
Oh, and his teammate in behind, Rob Walker, goes off as well. Oh, very close. That was not safely rejoining, unfortunately, Rob. That was not the right way to do it, but you have now rejoined safely all the way back in 17th. You see how making one mistake can throw you all the way back as these guys go across the line to start the 5th lap, I think. And Corne Brett now with a 1.3 second lead over Stefan.
Currently watching Peter Grayling, Brent Alexander, and Daryl Mulder, and they're together midfield. And everyone's, they're very close here.
Absolutely. I mean, Darren is just gonna go up the inside. This is almost 3 abreast.
That was a bit of a knock and bang.
That was definitely a knock and bang. That was debatable.
That was debatable.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for the moment because that might have been his teammate actually that he knocked off for BWR.
Definitely. I'm gonna attempt a replay here, Nick. Just bear with me. Yes, we see them as they come into turn 1. They're very close as they go around turn 1. I think it's Daryl Mulder then going down the inside up to the hairpin, and there's a definite little bang there. So. Yeah, there'll be some talking about that afterwards, but excellent. Yeah. So the replay works, everything's good.
Yeah, fantastic to have that up and running. A first again for SimRace SA in Assetto Corsa.
Definitely.
Competizione allows a Darren Mulder all over the back. I almost feel like he's out of position. That's why he's just, absolutely challenging. Oh, and that's another knock. Daryl really not having a good race here, just misjudging the distance of the front of his Audi to the back of everybody else's car, unfortunately. So the 855 really not having a good race tonight.
Who got turned round there? Oh, it was Leslie De Bruin. He's just managed to turn it round. So it's
Oh, we got Mike McGear. Sorry. Oh, yes. Mike's off. As I switched to him through Graham Hill Bend, he was less than a tenth behind. That was always going to go badly.
Okay. Well, he's back on. It's all good. But Peter Geldener is going highball, and BWR knocking SRC. Okay, yeah. So that's who it was. And then Tarmac Hunter online, go BWR. So good support for the various teams here.
Yeah, fantastic to see the teams support. Maybe.
I'm sorry, Mark. Nick, I've got Jason Holden Jones having a next to race here with I think Robert Walker and
Daryl Mulder yet again.
I think Craig Hunter was involved. Oh, Jason flies over the curbs. Looks like he's having huge fun. Let's go on board with him. He's on the inside here. Daryl Mulder just ahead of him and pulls in front of him, so we'll watch how Jason deals with this.
Yeah, I remember Darren went around the outside of the last corner as we come down Brabham Straight and looking to go through Paddock Hill Bend. You've got to have it. Oh, that's too wide. These cars, because they're front-wheel drive, you can really get on the brakes. Even though they don't have ABS, you can get on the brakes quite hard and unsettle the car. Get a little bit of oversteer going, and really use that to help turn the car in.
And Craig Hunter's now come back from that overtake earlier, and he's passed Jason Holden Jones, and they both run a little bit wide here.
Yeah, Jason,
I think he's having good fun in the car, Nick.
Yeah, he's giving it his absolute all, and certainly providing us with a lot of entertainment. Just a quick update on the front runners. Don't have to pop to them just yet, but but Stefan has in fact brought that gap down to 0.8 of a second now. So he's slowly tightening the screws on Corne Breed, and yeah, we might see a little bit of action a little bit later on at the front. With we've got Brent Alexander and Sas van der Westhuizen all over the back of each other as well.
Breed throws it down the inside into the hairpin. Jason comes up behind him and gives him a good turnaround just for the fun of it.
Yeah, I don't think there was much Jason could do about that, to be honest. They were all sort of unsighted.
No, he has stopped and he has let Craig get going, so he's doing the proper thing, and I'm sure Craig won't mind that. It was just a little bit of a racing incident, really.
And we've actually got the leaders now coming up to lap, as we see Jason really getting out the way onto the grass, and now coming up behind, I think it's Craig Hunter, is Corne Breed.
That's right.
So incidents all over, but there's only half a second now between them, between the first and second position.
Let's caught the end of that replay quickly. So Corne Breed driving a very clean race. Stefan Herbst, what's that gap? Half a second back. It's not a walk away, but with 9 laps left in this race, you've still got to keep your wits about you all the way around, especially now when you're involved in traffic.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see what Corne Breed's head is like at the moment, as I'm actually busy looking at 14th place Brent Alexander, Sas van der Westhuizen and Peter Greiling all absolutely nose to tail as they go through Paddock Hill Bend and up to Hailwood Hill. Good move there from Sas. Oh yes.
Wide. And Brent's going around the outside and went around the outside.
Yeah, it's well raced, in fact, by everybody. Oh no, that was always going to go badly.
Yeah, that was not a place to stick your nose in. Bad luck there, Sas. I think that was not Daryl. That was that
was got to say that was a bit of a dive. It was never going to quite turn out right. After the traffic, though, Stefan is all over the back of Corne Breed. The gap now at 0.3 of a second. I almost wonder if Corne's somehow killed his tires a little bit too much, and Stefan's been a lot kinder to them.
It's not that. I think it's the pressure, Nick. He's feeling it.
Okay, because we did see Jacques Borto manage those tires, absolutely no problems.
Yeah.
He certainly ran away from me in Division 1. So yeah, it's starting to show the flying gypsy's car under pressure now. As I see Ryan Hill has managed to take Hansen for 9th.
Great move. Currently on board as he comes onto the start-finish line. Car does look good, the Alpha that he's driving.
Looks absolutely fantastic. I personally think the Alpha is the best looking car in the field. Unfortunately for me, and I do mean for me, it was not the quickest car. These cars are all so close together.
Yes.
It basically comes down to your personal preferences and driving style.
Brent Alexander down in 18th. He's got
a few more back markers that our leaders are now working their way through, and in fact,
Sass is in the pits.
Oh, Sass in the pits. He must have picked up a lot of damage there,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Oh, we're going to have a change to the lead here. Corne Brett got it all wrong going through Paddock Hill Bend.
Okay,
Maybe unsighted possibly by the back markers. They didn't get in his way, but I think he was just slightly unsighted and went a little bit wide, touched the gravel, and that just allowed Stefan to jump up the inside, make a fantastic move.
Excellent.
And really, that's what shows, you know, the pressure that you can put on a driver. Now we get to see what Stefan is like. Can he hold his nerve for the last 6 laps or so?
Yeah, they're going over the line now. I think this is going to be 15 of 20. Indeed, so yes. 5 laps left, and we're on board with Corner, and he's really right up the rear end of Stefan.
Yep.
He puts as I say, put a wheel wrong. He's looking up the inside, then goes back.
Won't happen. No, he's too far back at the moment. I'd say you got to probably be within 0.2 to start to actually make a serious move for these these front runners.
Yes.
Both of them really pushing hard. Yes. Really pushing hard. You see how wide they went there. That actually compromises you by the time you hit the end of that straight.
This is he's got a nose up the inside here. They're next to each other on the straight.
They are, and that's Corne's really got himself in a good position because he'll be going up the inside now for Paddock Hill Bend as we come down the Brabham Straight. Who's going to be brave on the brakes? Are they going to give each? They've both given each other enough room, but now see multi-corner maneuver.
Yeah.
That we'll see Breed go up the inside. If Habst is clever, he will now have the inside for Graham Hill. If he can keep his nose there. That's very well.
That's awesome driving.
That is fantastic driving by these two drivers. A little bit of nudge.
That's okay.
As we go through Surtees.
They're still next to each other. Oh, wow, there was almost an entire lap.
This is why I love Brands Hatch, because if you can keep your car alongside.
Exactly.
You know, every corner, you're on the outside now, but you're probably going to get a better drive, and you'll be on the inside next. So it's just, it's absolutely hammer and tongs here.
Right, 3 laps to go. We've got Gert Breert online. Go, Corne. It must be a family member. Corne. I see a... that gap completely.
Yeah, he did well there. He did very, very well there. We'll see if Corne learns next time to try and possibly go around the outside and then take the inside for Graham Hill Bend if he can.
Sorry guys, we're going to stick with this because these are the leaders and it's a very close, exciting race to watch. Yeah,
absolutely in my view, can't jump away from this at this stage. Stefan Habst
a little bit.
Who I think is one of our new drivers. He's a name I don't recognize.
Yes, he is one of the new guys, Stefan Herbst.
So really showing a cool head and fantastic racecraft. So very, very well done to Stefan at this stage.
It's 2 laps to go from here. If Corne's going to do it, he's going to have to do some very late braking and just position the car properly on the track, either next to or at least on the inside of Stefan's Hyundai, so that he can then make a move in the Audi.
Yeah, Stefan seems to have consolidated, calmed himself, and got that. That first position is now no longer seems to be worrying him. He seems to have it.
Yeah, He's weathered the pressure well. He's absorbed everything that Cornet has thrown at him, and he's actually pulling away.
And let's not forget that these two guys really have at the moment been a class of their own, 5 seconds ahead of third position.
Oh.
Or is he gonna? He's not closed the door.
But he's
left it open. He's got the braking wrong. He'll be up the inside for Graham Hill. We'll see what happens. I think he's got it.
I'll tell you what, Cornet's certainly trying every other line he can find here.
And I tell you what, Brands Hatch is a track that you can try other lines.
That's true.
Definitely possible.
James Leach, you dead right. Great driving by both of these guys. They're actually showing everybody how this is done, and the fact that you can ride next to each other and not necessarily make contact.
Yeah, 100%. You got to keep a cool head, and got to know your car and have practiced racing wheel to wheel.
Yeah.
Sure, these cars can take a little bit of bumping and grinding here and there, no problems, but you can't just pile in and expect expect to be running into a mattress that's not going to fly off somewhere.
Exactly.
It's you still got to show some respect to your fellow drivers. It's Cornet gets very wide there.
Yeah, he
manages to just keep it together.
It was his last blast, and he went too wide. So Stefan Herbst coming over the line. This is the end of the first heat, and that's a deserved win for him. Very well done.
Yeah, an absolutely fantastic drive for Stefan, who started in second, if I'm not mistaken, and or certainly was running second for a lot of the race, and took his chance when he saw it, put the pressure on, played the slightly longer game, and it really paid off. Fantastic drive as well from Dirk Brand in the Alpha.
Yep.
Wonderful sort of martini style livery there, and Mike McGear for BWR coming in fourth.
There's Ryan going over the line, so Ryan in 10th place. I see we've had a Shiraz Dada disconnect. I'm not sure if he's there or not. Waldo Swiggers, Peter Kraling, Mr. Kraling's windscreen's all cracked and broken.
Yeah, I think we had quite a hectic mid-pack, but if I'm looking, it's likely going to be Waldo Swiggers then, who's going to be on pole for the second race.
Yeah, great first heat. Okay, Nick, let's just take a breath. Let's gather ourselves. We're going to go for a quick video ad break, and we'll be back shortly. Right, we're back with you here, back live. Everyone's in the pits having a breather. Stefan Herbst finishing in first place. He will now start the second race in 10th place on the grid. So we're going to see that reverse grid, that whole reverse grid start. There we go. Cars are going onto the grid now.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to the second race. 1 minute 50 seconds before the lights go out, and as we say, remember, it is a reverse top 10 grid. So the guy who got himself into 10th, Waldo Swiggers, he can certainly expect to have a little bit of clean track in front of him, starting on pole position. Now it's all down to him. Can he get that pull off right? It's certainly something that I think a lot of drivers may have overlooked, and it will cost them big time. Getting that pull off right. It's not just about putting your foot down, clicking into first, and just assuming you're going to pull off the best. It's certainly a little bit of a skill, and really looking forward to what we see. Is that Ryan Hill there in second?
Ryan Hill's in second on the pole. So I'm going to come from the back of the grid on each car. We've got here Shavesh in 21st, Sass in the green car next to him, Sass van der Westhuizen. Then Craig Hunter on the left, on the inside, in front of him, Jason Holden Jones. Next to him, Brent Alexander. Then James Leach on the outside. 15th place, Robert Walker. Daryl Mulder in 14th. Leslie De Bruin on the inside. Peter Grayling, Stefan Herbst. And then the top 10, Mike McGeer at the back of these 10. Left of him, Dirk Brandt, Renier Leach in 8th. Leon Leroux on the inside. Corne Breert also in front of him. Lindsay Hunts on the outside in 5th. Mark Hansen, Ryan Hill and Waldo Swiggers as we get ready for the start with 10 seconds to go. Nick?
I didn't see Stefan, our race winner. I didn't see him there. I don't know where he's gone, but let's keep an eye out for that. Let's see how our first 2 places is. The lights go out, and that's it. We're off for race 2.
He was there and he's disconnected. That's unreal.
That's really unfortunate as they go through.
He has reconnected.
Turn 1.
He's on the grid.
You can start from the pits.
No, he's on the grid. The car's just not going. Oh, there's a big coming together in turn 1. I just caught it now. But they've caught it and they're going again. Everyone's come around the hairpin. Oh, no, there's one turnaround. Bouncing back into the traffic and collecting everyone.
That's unfortunate. I was about to say they got a much cleaner start for race 2. Doesn't look quite as bad, but certainly some incidents.
Leslie De Bruin coming out the worst. Shavesh Bassoon is disconnected. He was probably also involved in that. As we go round to the leaders, we've got Corne Breert up into 6th already.
And Ryan Hill running away with it in 1st position, out in front at the moment.
They come blasting down the straight, and Corne's looking for a gap. He's trying to consolidate and get through this traffic.
Yeah, unfortunately, Waldo Swiggers has had an awful start of the race comparatively. He's gone down in 5th after starting on pole.
Corne outbreaks James Leach Sr. and goes down the inside and takes the position. Further back, we've got Daryl Mulder just outbreaking himself. No, that was Peter Grayling actually in front of him. Daryl Mulder's on his inside. And further back, Sass van der Westhuizen. Stefan Herbst is a DNF. He was there and he's gone. So I think he's maybe had a mechanical failure somewhere.
That's really unfortunate. We've got Mike McGeer in 3rd, really pressuring Hansen for 2nd. Ryan Hill setting the fastest lap of the race at the moment as Mike McGeer dives down the inside into Paddock Hill bend. Fantastic move there from Mike. Really very, very well done. And now looking to start to gain on Ryan, see if he can get that coveted 1st position as Daryl Mulder gets in ahead of Peter Grayling.
Yes.
And Corne Breert gets ahead of Renier Leach. Renier, sorry.
It is Renier Leach, sorry. I thought it was sorry, yes, not James Leach Sr. Wrong race. Okay, so Renier Leach, that's right.
No, we've got 2 Leaches. We've got 2 Leaches. We've got James Leach Sr.
He is further back. Okay,
it's,
so yeah,
it's a Leach fest.
It's the son and the dad, and James is watching on the YouTube. There we go. James Holden Jones in 12th, right up the back of James Leach Sr. He's going around the outside, late braking.
But Leach will, of course, Leach will have the inside going into turn 2. Druids. That's a great move from Jason. He'll have a compromised exit, but he will have the inside for Graham Hill.
Yeah, that's good.
As Sass van der Westhuizen really pressuring as well now, trying to capitalize on that move.
I'll tell you what, Renier Leach has got a pile of pressure on him. He's got Waldo Swiggers looking down the inside. He ran a bit wide. He has gone wide. So the whole train of cars is on his inside, but he's managed to squeeze himself back in. That's kind of what I wanted to do on Monday, and I just didn't get it right.
Yeah, it's so difficult when you've got cars all around you to have eyes in the back of your head. I have to admit that the Helicorsa app, it really does wonders for me in these sort of situations. But as we see these guys just absolutely nose to tail, Waldo Swiggers with quite an interesting livery there, all teeth.
Yes.
All teeth on him.
Nick, I can tell you as well that this Leach family, James Leach Sr. is an old Formula V racer from back in the day. And Renier Leach, who we're watching now, literally got into the game last week.
Oh, that's fantastic! I love people jumping in and then hopping straight into the frying pan.
How
That's
good is that?
fantastic.
You can see
That
it's
is
in the
really
family,
great.
that's for sure. And James Leach, who was with us in Div 1.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Mike McGeer sets the fastest lap of the race and in fact overtakes Ryan Hill. I wonder if Ryan maybe made a little bit of a mistake.
Yeah, possibly.
Similarly to what we saw, it'd be nice if we got to get a replay. I don't know if we can, but similar to what we saw in the first race, where you just run a little bit wide, touch that gravel, and then the guy behind is all over you. So
yeah, the replay system that we're using here is a process that Daniel Haynes helped us out with, that buffers the car that you're watching. So the replay will only be the car you're watching, and I was unfortunately on Renier when you told us about the position change.
That's absolutely not a problem. We can pretty much surmise what's happened. Ryan, Mike McGeer, an old hand here at Sim Race SA. He's certainly been here longer than I've been here, and yep, at the moment sitting in first place for BWR, having a fantastic race with Odin Ikor right behind him. Ryan's not letting him get away. That really tells me.
Cornet, I just caught him. Sorry, he's tipped someone round here at the hairpin. Daryl Mulder, I think it is. No, not Daryl Mulder.
It seems to be waiting for him as well, so I think he knows, and that's fantastic. That's exactly the kind of thing that we love to see here at Sim Race SA. The camaraderie. It doesn't matter if you're in a different team to somebody else.
It's all Leon about... LaRue. You can see him in the light blue car just further ahead. He waited for him. It was a pure accident under braking, but it was a punt, and he turned him around, and Cornet stopped and waited. That was awesome.
Yep, absolutely. These things happen in the heat of battle, and you know, if you can stick your hand up, own up, and go, "That's my fault," and you know, move on. It's all about that gentleman racing.
Nick, on YouTube, I've got Stefan Herbst watching us from the web. He apparently had no gears when he wanted to pull off. He shut the computer down just to get off the track, and escape didn't work. That's why he was stuck on the grid.
Oh goodness, that is really unfortunate, Stefan.
How terrible is that after having that awesome first race? That's terrible. Stefan,
that's really unfortunate. Yeah, we loved watching you in the first race. I really hope you watch the commentary or the stream back. Please apologize. I apologize for our awful commentary, but
our commentary's spot on here, man.
If you can stand the sound of our voices, I really hope you enjoy your race, because we had a fantastic time watching it.
We also got Stanley Fent on the YouTubes. Hey Stan, how are you? He's saying people in Div 3 need to learn some manners when you punt people. Well, this is how it's done at Sim Race South Africa. Stan, the guys are gentlemen drivers. As I said previously, if a guy is involved in an accident and he knows he's at fault, the guys have it well bred in here that you actually stop and you wait for the guy to get back on the track.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all about having fun here, racing hard. It's all you know, everyone's in it for the competition. We're all here for that. But
definitely.
But you know, at the end of the day, you've got to be able to stick your hand up and say, yeah, that was my fault. We've all done it. We've all done it. As Cornet Breed gets Craig Hunter for 12th.
Yes.
Fantastic move there through into Surtees, and then making it count through McLaren Bend.
Sorry, Stefan, that was bad luck. We're just going to have a look at that overtake again on replay here. Should be able to see it. Yes, here they come down from the hairpin. Cornet Breed well back, but he gets a good drive through turn 4. They both run a bit wide, but Cornet's on the gas early, takes a dive up the inside, and he's passed before they get to the next cluster of corners. Great move.
When you get a moment, switch to 7th position. Jason Holden Jones having a scorcher of a race here with Peter Hurling right behind him and Raynar Leach in front. We've said, of course, that Renier, he has been in the thick of the action this race, and right now is no exception. Jason had a look and actually, in fact, had made the position up, but ran wide going into turn turn 2, went around the outside, and Leach got him.
Ooh,
and
there's a big off on turn 1 here. Oh, there was a terrible re-entry there.
Yeah,
I don't know who that was.
I think that was Waldo Swiggers, if not mistaken. I think what happened there, unfortunate, that is he got the car sideways and trying to gather it up, it just sort of speared itself back onto the track. Really unfortunate, and that's a real pity.
Jason Holden-Jones inheriting a fifth place from that, because we were watching it from his cockpit. So he's up into fifth. So let's catch up here with 12 laps gone, 8 laps to go. We've got Mike McGeer out in the lead here. He's gently driving away from Ryan Hill. That gap's at 2.5 seconds at the moment.
Corne Breed, sorry, in 10th, trying to put a position on who's that? Leon Leroux going down into turn 1, Paddock Hill. You cannot take your eyes off the action for even a moment here. No. There's just so much going on.
Love it, Nick. Just make sure you shout out the name of the person that's doing the moves, and I'll catch up with you.
I'm trying my best here, Alan. I'm absolutely trying my best.
With you. Watch Sass just behind. Let's go there. Okay, he's right on the back of Waldo Swiggers, and I mean right on the back. So this is close proximity racing right here. We've also got another newcomer, Mark Hansen. He's very new to SimRace South Africa. And look at him. He's all on his own up in 3rd place with nobody around him on this little track. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of stream time, he's not going to get the most, but in terms as a race driver, you know, getting a fresh track like this, what a pleasure in a series like this as well, where there's just moves happening all over the place, and you can consolidate your position.
Leslie De Bruin here on the inside of Robert Walker as they're going to turn 1. Made a move stuck. Hard braking. Oh, they both run wide. No, that's James Leach Senior.
James Leach, yep.
He left his braking very late there, and he actually collected Leslie De Bruin, and they both ran wide.
Brent Alexander and Peter Grayling still absolutely going at it for 6th position. Just 0.2 of a second separate them. As we go over the start-finish line, lap 14 through Paddock Hill again. Oh, just running slightly wide. I thought Brent Alexander was going to try sort of a bit of a cutback. Didn't quite get it right, and that's given Grayling a little bit of a breathing room to catch up to Jason Holden-Jones.
Yes.
Jason, of course, started really far down this on the grid. I think he was well around the sort of 14 position. I'm not sure the exact position, but he was certainly quite far back.
Yes.
And he's worked his way all the way up into 5th. Jason, of course, our fearless leader, kind of the man with the most experience here, and it's really showing.
JP De Bruin asking for some coverage of Leslie De Bruin, who's in 16th, having a quiet race here. 7.4, runs a little bit wide behind Brand. Dirk Brand brings it out of the sand trap onto the start-finish line, and on his way.
Yeah, that SRC livery looking very good. Very good.
I agree.
From the back, the black looks quite mean. I do enjoy that.
So Leslie De Bruin down in 16th. I think that's Renier Leach in 17th, and right behind him now, it's father and son here. Oh, as James Leach Senior locks it up and has to take avoiding action to not run into the back of Renier. So they're right at the back and having a huge dice. I think after this race, Renier can expect he's going to get a belt from his dad because he didn't respect him.
You gotta love the family rivalry, of course. you and Kieran know all about that.
Exactly. Further up the road, Leon Leroux having a absolute with Corne Breed again.
Yup.
The two Audis.
Yeah, these two drivers really giving in absolutely everything. BWR against Flying Gypsy. Corne Breed running wide on the exit of Graham Hill, and as they go into Surtees, that's given Leon a little bit of breathing room. Not much. Remember this series there. When I say breathing room, I mean barely any breathing room.
Yeah. Close as, with 3 laps to go already. That's it. That's 2 heats done in a matter of an hour, if that. This is an awesome series, Nick. Can
you even handle it with Leslie De Bruin all over the back of Dirk Brand now?
Leslie, I saw Corne, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. It's just all happening. Leslie De Bruin going to throw it up the inside as we go over the start-finish line. In fact, he's got it done before we go into Paddock Hill Bend. Now it's just, can you make make it stick? Don't give any room. He hasn't. As we go through Hale Woods and up to I've forgotten Druids. Up to Druids as we go turn 2.
And Dirk Brand in that Martini Alpha all over the back of him, trying to fight back for that position.
Oh, absolutely, don't blame him. It's all to play for still.
It is a good-looking Alpha, I must say. I think I did build one of these for you, but you didn't like it or something, wasn't that?
I did like it. What I didn't like, unfortunately, was the was the performance. No, I like the manufacturer. In fact, I love the Alpha. Matthew Boy really had to be pried kicking and screaming out of that Alfa Romeo into the Hyundai with me. He wasn't happy, but unfortunately, both of us were just quicker in the Hyundai, so we had to go with that.
We've had a position change. Cornet's got past LaRue, so he's up into 9th already. After that punt, and he stopped and waited for the driver. So Cornet having a very exciting race, going up and down the grid in the space of 20 laps here.
Absolutely.
As we go on to the last lap, we've got second last, Mike McGeer going up to Druids and around all on his own. He's a good 4.2 seconds clear now of Ryan Hill in second place.
He slowly increased that lead. Just looking at their lap times, I noticed that they were pretty much even, Ryan Hill and Mike McGeer, the last time over. So, both of these guys really fighting it out. But in fact, Ryan just put in his fastest lap of the race, a 48 dead, whereas Mike McGeer's best is a 47.8. So, okay. Mike's really shown his class in this second race. In fact, I don't see any VWs in this Div 2 race. The GTI is missing from action.
That's true. No goals here tonight. Just currently on board with Lindsay Hunt, who's seriously hassling the back of Brent Alexander for 7th place as they start the final lap now.
Yeah, it's a good-looking car as well. I think that's a standard livery.
Yeah,
in fact.
That's one of the racing liveries, and he's got the position.
He has got the position. That is a great move there. Brent just leaving the door open a little bit. And yeah.
Wow. Last lap and you just lose 2 positions. That's not...
Yeah, you've got to. Yeah, you've got to be on your game for all 20 laps. There's no room for mistakes here.
And Mike McGeer's over the line.
Oh, it's a fantastic win from Mike. Well done to him and to BWR.
I think.
Do not touch.
Final lap.
Oh, is that final lap? Apologies.
I thought that was the checkered flag, but he is going. So this, I think, is the final lap.
I did see a checkered flag on my app. I think that's why I'm confusing it. But yeah, Mike McGeer has had a fantastic race, barring any little problems on the last lap. He's done really phenomenally well, driven fantastically, taken his opportunities, and done BWR proud.
I think it is done. I think that was final lap. Everyone's slowing down here. Lap 21, so that was the final lap. We just didn't see the checkered flag here.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's saying final lap on my screen. Something gone a bit wonky there, but the positions are there with a fantastic race from everybody. I tell you what, I could barely have a sip of my whiskey here.
Great stuff. So Mike McGeer, Ryan Hill and Mark Hansen, that's first, second and third for heat number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely. I'm going to see if there's anybody possibly that we can get in here to come and chat. So we're going to take the feed back to our standard feed. Thanks for joining, everyone. And stay with us. Let's see if we can get somebody in here to come and have a chat with us quickly. Right, we're back with you, ladies and gents. We're just trying to track down our winner from that race, Mike McGear. Oops.
Oh, something went badly on my end.
Well, that was an awesome race, I must say. Both heats were amazing. The tech kind of worked properly. I think the stream looked good. The video looked good. Everyone on the YouTube channel, Peter Geldenhuys, everyone, JP De Brain, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed that. We loved it. Ruan, I see you there. Whoop whoop. Here's Mike. Okay, hold on there. I need to bring him up to us.
Yeah, pity we can't get Stefan on board as well. Our winner from race 1.
Let's see. Kind of got to squash some channels up here to make this work, and it doesn't work so properly. I will make a plan.
So while Alan's making a plan, let's remember that the next race we'll be going to for the touring cars will be Vallelunga Classic. Of course, that'll be a much longer track than what we've seen here, but expect the racing to be just as close. And in fact, the next race that Sim Race SA will be.
And for that one, that was.
Hi guys. Mike, can you hear me there?
Yes, I can.
Mike, do me a favor, just move yourself up to the off-air waiting room, the one with the white dot just above us, please. I can't drag you up there. Nick, are you there? Sorry, man.
I am. I think you kicked me out.
No, you there. I had to go and fetch Mike.
Oh right, okay. So yeah, everybody really look forward to the GP race coming up, and we of course will be back with instead of course a Competizione and our next round of the GT3 Championship at Bathurst the following week.
So Nick, I have Mike McGear, race winner of Heat 2, in the booth with you. I'm going to go and see who else I can find. Do you want to have a little discussion with him there, chap?
I will absolutely do that. Mike, very well done. A fantastic race. How are you feeling?
I'm tired. That was hectic. I said, you know, I watched you guys on Monday, and everybody's complaining. It's hectic. It's like 20 minutes of hell. And if you make a mistake, you know, I made a mistake in the first race, and I really try to get back, and to try and fight back even in the 20 laps it's tough.
It's really tough. Eh? It's just, you know, non-stop. You've got to be on it the whole time. We did see you make a fantastic move on Ryan for your winning, what turned out to be your winning position.
I saw the opportunity there, and I just thought I just got to get it in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how are you finding the racing in terms of going wheel to wheel? We did see a couple of incidents in this race, but you seem to not have too much of a problem.
I'm kind of used to this thing. I enjoy this kind of racing. This is where I grew up in. So for me, it's I enjoy it. GP, I just do it for the fun. But this tin top stuff is where I enjoy it.
No, and it certainly showed. It certainly showed tonight. So really, very well done, and congratulations on your win. What do you think of the Vallelunga track that's coming up? Is that a particular favorite of yours? Do you hate it? What's your opinion?
I'll be honest with you, I don't have any favorites, and I don't have any not favorites. So, you know, I'm one of these guys that I don't do hundreds of laps. I do just enough to get me on the grid, and then I take the race as it comes.
That's
so,
awesome, Mike.
Yeah,
well, the race certainly came to you tonight.
I love the racing. That's why I do it. I do it for the fun of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel you on that one. There's nothing better than the actual race. You know, putting in a fantastic lap time, you know, for HLQ or whatever the case is great. But no, it's all about the race, eh?
Yeah, I kind of missed that with Div 1, but hopefully I'll get Div 1 the next race. So.
Based on this, I know there is a promotion and relegation system.
That's what I'm hoping for.
No. There isn't with this. That's what we're doing. No, we're doing the HLQ. The HLQ. So you've got to put effort in on the HLQ service.
So is HLQ
every round will have its own HLQ. That's correct.
Okay. I misread that then. Thank you very much for putting me in the right place.
I must admit I read that wrong as well. So I'm gonna have to go and do a lot of work.
Yeah.
I was hoping to take a little bit of break, but apparently not. So everybody, I hope you're still listening because yeah, if there are a few of us who've probably misread that, but that's fantastic. Certainly looking forward to the next race. And how Mike, how are you finding the whole reverse grid vibe?
Yes.
I think the reverse grid is good, but it obviously does open itself up for challenges, as you saw in the second, always in the second race. Because obviously you have slower people, and it's the permutation's good, and it makes for nice comebacks. So like in my case, I mean, I had a good start, and I managed to get in the front very early.
Yes.
And if you're able to do that, then it works in your favor. Otherwise, you stand battling, trying to get through, and it's.
Yeah, but
that's the nature of racing. So
no,
it makes it for good viewership. Let me put it this way.
Yeah, look, the
Definitely
idea was there were discussions being thrown around about the entire grid reversed, and we decided to only do the top 10. So essentially, if you win and you're in 10th, the guys that are ahead of you are not exactly that slow, but yes, it gives you a lot more work, and so what we're trying to accomplish is a more exciting format of racing here.
Correct.
I think that's what it did actually.
No, it does definitely.
Cool, man.
Definitely. Thanks a lot.
Cool.
Take care, guys.
Cheers.
Ciao, ciao.
So,
Cheers, Mike.
Nick, that's it from us, I think. Anything further you want to add? Did you have fun? I really enjoyed it.
Oh goodness, I tell you what, that was intense from the commentary booth. I hope everybody out there enjoyed it. I certainly had a fantastic blast of a time. There was, as I said, there was absolutely no room to breathe, and was wonderful. Can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, totally. So I think that's it from us. We'll end off, and we'll catch you guys soon. Next round, I think, is F3, if I'm not mistaken, next week. So we'll be back in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. So thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.
Ciao, ciao.